What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians and Spartans of all ages? Joker back again once again, and since Halo Infinite released, quite possibly the biggest
But Joker!
I've seen screeched from the mountaintops by Destiny fanboys is how Halo's monetization is clearly worse than Destiny's, and that I'm a disingenuous asshole for not calling it out in a manner or fashion or time period that they have arbitrarily decided I should do so in. Yeah, my haters are some of the most entitled people in the world. I don't talk about things when they want me to talk about them. I don't talk about things how they want me to talk about them. I don't kill my channel or kill myself, and they just get really, really bitchy about it. But I digress. On to our latest bout of Destiny copium. Destiny fanboys have looked at Halo's monetization and said, "But Joker, $20 for a skin, $10 for a season pass that takes forever to level up, virtually no armor customization in the game, all of it behind a paywall. See, Joker, see, Halo and 343 are more greedy than Bungie and Destiny." All while ignoring the Destiny cash shop with its $30 dungeons, $80 FOMO collector's editions, its transmog system that is designed from the ground up to sell players content that not only do they already own, but earned and Bungie invalidated, on top of content vaulting hundreds of dollars that players have already invested in the game. Is it really any contest? No, I don't think it is. Destiny is the clear winner when it comes to being a bad deal. However, two wrongs don't make a right. Destiny's monetization can be bad, and Halo's monetization can be bad. And while Halo and Destiny's monetization may be bad deals for your wallet, you know what's not a bad deal for your wallet this holiday season? The wonderful sponsor of today's video, NordVPN. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself with NordVPN. Look, it's the holidays. I don't need to tell you that. You're out there and you're shopping, probably more than you have in a long time. You're logging into Wi-Fi's at cafes and restaurants, or at random people's homes who may not have the greatest of internet security ever. With NordVPN, you can take your internet security with you on the go, or protect yourself when you're shopping online from people who want to ruin your holiday season by stealing your personal information, like, I don't know, your credit card number. And while those might seem like extreme examples, they're things that happen to people every single day. But NordVPN isn't here just to protect you on the off chance something might happen. They offer a cavalcade of features and services that will aid you in your day-to-day. For example, there are a lot of new games coming out. Some are not going to be in your region or territory. That's fine. With NordVPN, you can bypass regional restrictions and gain access to geolock content, making it easy to not just access new games that may not be available in your region, but movies and TV shows anywhere in the world at the click of a button.
But Joker!
I hear you cry out in your shrill, tremulous voice.
VPNs are expensive.
Well, that's where you're wrong, oh contrarian commenter of contrarian comments. Right now, NordVPN is offering a wonderful holiday deal. Just go to NordVPN/ButJoker or use the product code ButJoker at checkout to get a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month with a huge discount. With that said, I would like to take a moment to thank NordVPN for not just the usual helping us fend off the yellow YouTube dollar signs, but because their continued sponsorship over the last year has allowed me to start taking more risks and doing things like spending days streaming Final Fantasy XIV instead of making videos that I know will get a lot of traffic. So, thanks. And with that, back to our regularly scheduled program. But like I said, two wrongs don't make a right. And while Destiny is the clear winner in scummy monetization, by any objective measure of basic fucking standards, that doesn't mean Halo gets off the hook. Now, I have quite a few issues with Halo Infinite, amazing as the gameplay may be. It is, however, a textbook example of why people should look at Destiny and call Bungie shit out. What do I mean? Well, Destiny is a highly successful game, and as should be a shock to no one, developers and publishers want to copy that model. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. How many live service games, including Destiny, have been released in an incomplete state, only to promise that there will be patches and fixes and missing features implemented at a later date? Releasing a beta and then having your live service features be finishing the development of a game should not be an industry standard at this point. And many games have died because they simply don't see the value in continuing development after the game flops upon initial release. Hell, most of you probably remember my reaction to finding out that Halo like Destiny, had a 10-year plan.
Looks like the main power cells are fried. Armor shut down. Triggering survival mode. I'm going to try to overwrite. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready. Please don't die.
Oh my God. I'm back.
Please, don't die.
I'm home. All the time. We finally really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
I was not very, how would you put it, enthused about the proposition, and it seems that my reservations have paid off, unfortunately. Now, only time will tell if 343 will put in the same due diligence to finish Halo's development after release that Bungie did for Destiny. The point is, Destiny is kind of an important game. Whether it's a roadmap of what to copy, as we've seen with Anthem and Halo, or as an example of what not to be, air quote, in your advertising. And that's where we come to Halo Infinite, who is taking a, let's call our game a live service game, but realistically, we're releasing a minimally viable product in time for the Christmas holiday, and then finishing its development over the next 6 months to a year. Halo Infinite released with an extra year of development time. And in that time, did we get 4-player campaign co-op? No. Did we get online co-op? No. Did we get split screen co-op? No. Did we get Forge? No. Did we get a fully fleshed out suite of matchmaking playlists that we expect from Halo games? No. While I do have good things to say about Halo Infinite, I do hate that Halo has become this live service game, this Frankenstein of cut content and lapsed development that ultimately betrays what Halo as a game should be, or Halo as a franchise should be. Halo should be an industry leader, setting the trends, not following them. But here we are. And if that wasn't bad enough, Halo piles on top of that shit sundae some pretty bad customization and monetization. Now, I want to make sure that everybody understands my standpoint before we start. When it comes to customization in a first-person shooter, I largely don't care, with a huge fucking asterisk. Unless it's a loot-based game, where the entire point of playing that game is to get loot to look cooler. I know there's going to be a lot of people that have a very hard time of understanding that and separating my apathy for Halo customization from my grievances about Destiny customization. However, it's really not that hard. Customization in a game like Halo, or any shooter for that matter, is like sprinkles on a cupcake. Now, I don't buy the cupcake for the sprinkles. I buy the cupcake for the cake and the frosting. The sprinkles are nice, but not necessary. Destiny customization, it's part of why we're there. Sure, the gameplay is fun, but realistically, if there was no reward tied to doing many of the activities in Destiny, people wouldn't do them past the first couple of playthroughs. Destiny is fundamentally a Skinner's box, and its strength is getting people to replay the same activities over and over and over and over and over again, not because the activity is necessarily fun, but because they want the loot. Halo is not a Skinner's box. With all of that said, when I get a cupcake with sprinkles on it, the last thing that I want is for those sprinkles to be bitter and taste like shit, ruining for what was, all intents and purposes, a perfectly fine cupcake. Do I need the sprinkles? No, just like I don't need customization in Halo for Halo to be enjoyable. However, we do have those particular customization sprinkles in this Halo game. Customization sprinkles that are largely distributed by a cash shop and a battle pass. So as unnecessary as I find customization to be in a Halo game, the systems are still in the game, which means the systems can be still criticized if they're bad systems. Everybody on the same page? Get it? Got it? Good? Moving forward. Halo's customization and monetization are intimately tied together. At the time of recording this video, there is a plethora of things wrong with the base customization systems, to the point that it's honestly insulting that Microsoft and 343 thought that this was okay and that players would be okay with it and released it thinking that players were dumb enough to just accept it. From the color of your armor being tied to coatings, not a color wheel that just allows you to mix and match and pick and choose what you want, to those coatings being laughably underwhelming when it comes to variety, to the point that many of the armor coatings are reused throughout the armor cores, because there's 3 armor cores, but somehow, someway, through some Herculean leap in logic that us mere mortals will never be able to comprehend, 343 decided, instead of having one coating that can go across 3 sets of armors, let's have 3 sets of armors and 3 coatings that are the exact same coating across 3 different sets of armors. And that brings us to armor cores. Quite possibly the stupidest fucking addition to a Halo game ever. Now, we were told by 343 that they needed these armor cores so they can design specific armor pieces in very specific ways to go with very specific core sets. And then the AI apparently said, no, fuck that and fuck you, and mixes and matches and swaps around armor all they want. But the player, no, you cannot do that. The base armor offers virtually no customization outside of what's available in the store, ranging from $10 to $20 a pop. This is funny to me because after the first tech test, a lot of this armor leaked. And my first impression was, ooh, yikes, outside of the EVA, not EVA helmet, most of this stuff is pretty fucking ugly. But you know, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes the base stuff is ugly, so you'll want to go to the cash shop and buy the cool stuff. Little did I know, the leaked stuff that I thought was the base ugly stuff to get you to buy the cash shop stuff was in fact actually the cash shop stuff. Yikes. And while there are a couple of free things on the battle pass, it's nothing to write home about. Which brings us to our next armor core, the Halo Reach Armor Core. The Halo Reach Armor Core is exclusive to the $10 Battle Pass, which contains what I want to call a bunch of copy and pasted ported over armor from Halo Reach. Except if it was ported over from Halo Reach, Halo may not have suffered its most egregious casualty yet, the death of the Spartan butt. Like, it's concave now. I didn't even think having a concave butt was possible. And yet, here we are. Feels bad, man. Such sad. Much cry. Jokes aside, the Halo Reach Core offers a plethora of Noble Team-inspired gear, plus a couple of odds and ends from the multiplayer side of Halo Reach as well. But again, you can't mix and match these armor pieces with the other cores. And it's locked behind the Season Pass paywall, which wouldn't necessarily be a problem if the Season Pass wasn't tied to a bounty system, one clearly designed to drive the player into the cash shop to buy EXP boosters and challenge swaps. And while I know 343 has come out and publicly said, well, I never heard anybody in the office say we were designing this system specifically to get people to buy challenge swaps, if that wasn't the case, then why do challenge swaps even exist in the first place, and why are they purchasable? It's almost like you knew that there would be a problem with the system, and you provided a monetized solution for the system. Otherwise, the system wouldn't exist as it currently does. And then you have the event armor system, which is just a catastrophic clusterfuck. I deign to want to know what was going through the head of the person who concocted this nonsense. Not only do you have it tied to the absurd grind that is the challenge system, but don't worry, 343 and their cash shop have you covered if you don't want to wait or grind out samurai-themed armor, because you can just buy it. That and emotes and accessories, all from the cash shop. Isn't that just wonderful of them? Now, again, this wouldn't be bad. I don't intrinsically hate cash shops and games. However, the game didn't start with a swath of customization that players just could unlock through gasp, shock, horror, lightning crackle, playing the fucking game. And again, it might not be so bad if you had to buy a battle pass and the challenge system wasn't absolute garbage, or if you could get things by buying the Halo Infinite campaign, or by doing things in the multiplayer, like you did in Halo 3. But no, not only are they tied to monetization in the cash shop, when they're not, they're tied to a horrifically unforgiving bounty system. So yeah, Halo Infinite's monetization is bad, really bad. Its whole customization system and the way that players interact with rewards is bad. But do the
But Joker!
fanboys have the right of it? Is Halo's monetization worse than Destiny? Well, we already answered that question at the top of the video. No. While things are more expensive in Halo PvP, and the grind is an unmitigated disaster, that's it. It's your usual cash shop shenanigans. It's not removing hundreds of dollars of value from players. It's not sight unseen $80 FOMO collector's editions. It's not $30 dungeons. But here's the nuanced reality of the situation that I think most people tend to forget. Because they treat everything like it's a team sport. Destiny's monetization and Halo's monetization both can be bad. You can like the game that you're playing and have issues with its monetization, with specific DLCs or story beats, or the developer themselves. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did. Subscribe for more. Feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous. But above all else, stay frosty.